Hey everybody, welcome back to Bandit's Rules of the Road. I'm Bandit, your host. We're going to change up the format a little bit. I talked to my buddy Steve, excuse me, yesterday, the one who talked me into doing this show originally. And he brought up some good points. What you were seeing was not me. Okay, obviously what you were seeing was not me. It's the road. And by the way, I think I figured out the mount. If you see, it's a little better picture. The mirrors on my fenders are out to the sides, a little steadier. Anyway, got that worked out. I'm hoping the sound is coming through okay. Bear with me here. I'm new to all this stuff, and I'm working it out. But what I meant was what you were hearing was not me. For the most part, it's me, but what he brought up a good point, and that is nobody likes to be talked down to. And that's what I was doing. I'm a truck driver, you're not. I'm telling you how to drive out here and what to do, and it's not right. It's just not right. Nobody wants to be talked down to. The metaphor of rules of the road as regards to life is originally what I wanted to start the show for anyway. I guess because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to broach the subject. I was using trucking and trying to teach you about trucking as a crutch. But no more. If situations come up on the video and such, yeah, I'll talk about trucking every once in a while. You'll hear about trucking because you'll hear about my life. But for the most part, it's just going to be me. And we'll start right out with, I was listening to a Chevelle song. Yes, this truck driver likes rock and roll. Good, hard rock and roll. And Chevelle is a group out of Chicago, a couple of brothers. They put out some good stuff. Now, if you're a lyrics person, their lyrics are really hard to follow. You almost have to get a copy of the lyrics to know what they're saying in the songs. But one of their songs is called Shameful Metaphors. And one of the best lines that I've ever heard in a song is, I'll try and sing it here, bear with me. Why then has all my life made no sound? That right there hits me so deeply, and especially recently. I was diagnosed with melanoma last year. I was diagnosed with kidney cancer this year. I'm happy to say that I'm still alive and kicking, and a lot of people, when you start looking at your life, have it a lot worse. So I'm doing pretty good, and I've learned along the way that you have to pay attention to your life or it's just going to pass you by. My late 20s and 30s are a blur. Not because I partied all the time or anything like that. Mainly because I worked all the time. I was in not this truck, but a truck from Sunday night till Saturday morning. My ex-wife was raising my beautiful kids, and I was spending time with them on the weekends. I was full-time dad with a part-time gig. Full-time dad is in I loved my kids more than life itself, and every minute that I was home I wanted to spend with them. Problem was, it's hard to do that when you're only there part-time. And it also changed my life in a lot of other ways. I'm going to bounce around. This is me. I lost a lot of social life because of that. Not that I cared. I was home with my kids on the weekends, and I didn't care that I missed social life. I just missed social life. My 20s, late 20s and 30s. I lost a lot of friends that I grew up with. One died a year ago yesterday. I grew up with this guy. We rode bikes to school every day when we were in grade school, and when we were in high school, I hopped in his blue Camaro every day at lunch, and we went and smoked cigarettes and drank Mountain Dew and listened to Pink Floyd and AC/DC and Van Halen and whatever else. He died last year of lung cancer, and I barely knew anything about his adult life, and that sucks. And that has to do with life getting away from me. So where am I going with this? Okay, so lately, my life, to me, seems like it had made no sound. In other words, if I died last year, if I died this year, if I died tomorrow, would it affect anybody? Would there be one less voice in the world that anybody really cared about? Yes, I found out. I found out in a very emotional way with the kidney cancer this year that a lot of people really care about me. That's how your life makes sound. That's how you leave your mark on this earth. Your kids, your family, your friends. You have left an imprint on them, whether you know it or not. What's sad is until something like this happens, you're not sure. You question your life. I do. Maybe you guys don't. Maybe all you people are happy with your life and happy with where you're at in your life and don't question anything. But I think quite a few of us, especially me, question life. I said you weren't hearing the real me. The real me sings songs and tells jokes, and I'm a storyteller. And another friend of mine who's also a storyteller, when I started this show, said, you know, people need storytellers like you. I wasn't telling stories. I told a few or whatever, but I was preaching. I was teaching. I was condescending. And I apologize. I truly do. Again, nobody wants to be talked down to. So, I'm a storyteller. I would like to consider myself a writer. I've got 5 books floating around in my head. I've started 3 of them. And I'm too afraid to finish them. I'm too afraid that they're going to be failures. That I will be a failure. Well, no more. I'm going to tell stories to you, whether you like it or not. I get my personality from my mother. She was one of my best friends. I loved her dearly. And 10 years ago, we lost her to ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. When they diagnosed her, they gave her 3 to 5 years. And she was gone a year and a half later. I was still over the road at that time, and I did not take the time to spend time with her. I was busy living life. I was busy making money. I was busy doing my thing. I was busy throwing my life away. I happened to be there on the day she died in her bed. My brother was on one side holding one hand. I was on the other side holding another hand. And my stepdad had his arm around her shoulders. And she took her last breath. And I miss her. I miss her terribly. I wish she never got to see any of my kids. I shouldn't say that. Sorry. She got to see my kids. She didn't get to see them grow up. I wish she was still around. I wish Tim was still around. I just found out recently a friend of mine's son has cancer, possibly. They have to find out for sure yet, but what a horrible, horrible thing. Another friend of mine's 4-year-old boy has cancer. You never know. You don't know how long you got. Could be a bus. Could be a heart attack. Could be struck by lightning. You never know how long you have. So make the most of it. Love your friends, love your family, love your neighbors, love everybody. That better world that I always talk about, it's possible. We don't need governments. We don't need laws. We need each other. I, for one, am the great procrastinator. I put things off constantly. I'm lazy. I work my butt off. I always have, but I'm lazy when it comes to life. When I was down for a month with the kidney, after the kidney operation, I had a lot of people get a hold of me privately, message me, text me, call me, stop by the house. People I haven't talked to since school. People I haven't talked to in years. And I loved it. I loved getting together with these people. I love talking to people and sharing my life and sharing their lives. And I told myself that after this last scare and after this all happened, that I was going to make a point of making more time for other people. I've been back to work. This is my second full week, and I'm right back into the schedule of work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. There's got to be more. Isn't there? I mean, come on. We're not insects. We don't get born, we don't eat, we don't mate and die. We think, we love, we create. So there's got to be more. There's got to be a way to get all this in your life, to incorporate all of it in your life, to incorporate enough time for friends and family, to incorporate enough time to create and tell stories and write stories and paint pictures and sculpt sculptures and build houses, work on cars. There's got to be enough time. The problem I see is, in order to do one thing, you have to take away from another thing. Time is our great enemy. My mother's time ran short. Tim's time ran short. Your time, my time, could run short. So how do we do it? How do we live our life? We have to work, we have to make money, we have to eat, we have to sleep. So how do we incorporate all the other greater things in our lives on an even keel? That's a question that I'm going to delve into over the next few shows. It's a question that I really need help with. I would like some comments. I would like your input. I truly would. I won't be so dark and damp and and nasty like the weather is going to be later today. We're supposed to be getting, oh yeah, quite a few inches of snow again tonight. But these are things that bother me. These are things I think about. This is real life. And you know what? Screw laws and screw what goes on while you're going down the road. Oh, is it, necessary? Is it part of life? Is it, yeah, sure, whatever. I hope with the new format that I can get some new audience members, and I hope that I can reach some of you. I hope some of you can reach me. I think if we shared our hopes and our dreams and our thoughts more often, it would be a more peaceable world. We would understand each other better. We would get along better. And we help each other out. Life in general will be better. Hope this wasn't too depressing. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I hope I've reached some of you. I love you all. I truly, truly do. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you another day.